Today's video is sponsored by Squarespace. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you guys haven't been here before. Today we're going to be doing some planning in my bullet journal, so I thought we'd just kind of sit down and do some painting. So we're going to use the Arches watercolor paper, which I've been using a lot lately. Pretty much every gouache or watercolor painting that I do, I go to this paper. And I have my little ceramic paint set here from Sylvan Clayworks. And then I'm going to get out my favorite pencil, which is the Pentel Graph Gear 1000. And I'm going to get out some new art supplies that I picked up from Blick Art. I got a bunch of paintbrushes because I really needed them. I pretty much ruined all of my paintbrushes, which is not good. I'm so bad at cleaning my brushes, but this time, I say this every time, but this time I'm gonna keep them clean. And I picked up a bunch of Acryla Gouache paints. These are from Holbein, I don't know how to say it, but they're supposed to be really good. They come in like the most beautiful colors ever. I was probably in the store for like an hour and a half just trying to pick out the colors that I wanted. They are a little on the pricey side, but I've been kind of like saving up to literally go to Blick and get these paints and new paintbrushes, so it was time. So yeah, I have all my new paintbrushes out. I'm gonna keep them clean throughout this video, don't worry. And I kind of want to do some swatches of the new paints that I got for you guys, and for myself because I haven't seen them yet. This is the first time I'm using them, and they are seriously so beautiful, especially in person. I don't know if the camera picks up some of these colors on here, but they are so stinking beautiful, let me tell you. And it's really cool because since it's acrylic gouache, it's sort of meant to be super saturated and dense, kind of like acrylic paints are, but you can also water them down and make them more kind of like watercolor-y, if that's a word. But they're just super amazing to work with. I can already see, so I'm excited to do this painting. And for this one, for the theme this month, I really wanted to do something that was inspired by the post office, which is one of honestly my favorite things. I just love the act of like sending a piece of mail, getting a piece of mail in the post. I don't know, there's just something about it. Getting snail mail is like my favorite thing ever. And whenever Nick and I are traveling, we always we have this thing where we take a picture of all the different post offices from wherever we travel, because every like post office looks so different. I've been to ones with like huge, beautiful like paintings and murals on the inside. It's crazy. But yeah, it's just a thing I have, and I love stamps, and eventually I kind of want to create my own like stamp collection. Like I want to start collecting stamps, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to make a theme or a spread based on like making my own stamp. So this is kind of what I came up with. I wanted to do like a little plant atop some books. And the inspiration for the plant is actually from this planter pot that I have in my house, and a different plant that I have in my house that's actually real that I just recently got. I just became a plant mom to two little planties, and they're my first ever house plants that are real. So I'm kind of nervous about it. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I wanted to kind of create a painting based on those kind of two like aspects. And I love this planter pot so much. I think I got it from Michael's for like a few dollars on sale, so it was just one of my favorite finds. In a second I'll add the little like detailing of all of the ridges and stuff, but yeah. And now I'm just filling in the books, and I'm kind of testing out these paints a little bit. For this one, usually you guys probably have seen in the past that I don't really do outlines or like sketching beforehand. too much of the time. I don't really stick to that usually, but this time I really wanted to do that because I didn't know if Acryla Gouache paints would layer well, but I did realize that they do layer pretty well actually. If you let the first layer fully dry, you can totally paint on top of it with another color and be fine. Kind of like I'm doing here, I'm adding some like lighter green accents to all the leaves to make a little bit of like highlights, and I did some shadowing and it worked out pretty well. And then for the books, I wanted to do some like small detailing to make it look a little more magical. So I'm going in with my beige Posca paint pen marker. I think this one's the extra fine one, which is my like all-time favorite paint pen. I just love this color and like the fineness of these pens. It's just so amazing. So I'm going in to do some detailing with that. And then I, of course, am going to go in with my paint brush in a second and do some like little sparkles and detailing on the top just to make it a little more magical. I can't like finish a painting without doing some little sparkles on it. It's just become a thing that I just have to do. And then I'm gonna do the outline of the stamp ridges. And it's so funny because as I'm doing this video, I'm actually making a post office in my Animal Crossing game. I just wanted my little villagers to have their own little post office in the game. So yeah, it was a ton of fun putting that together. I actually did it all on stream. If you guys haven't followed me there, I stream on Twitch a few times a week and it's pretty fun. So if you like Animal Crossing or if you just like watching people play games, you can totally join in. But yeah, now I'm just finishing off the painting by doing some outlining on my little 10 cents lettering and adding a couple more white detailing, and that's pretty much it. The white pen that I used for that is the Uniball white Signo pen, my favorite. And yeah, this is the finished painting. All right, so now that we're done painting, I'm gonna scan it and print it out and put it in my bullet journal. I did do some like finagling with the printing settings because magentas are really hard to print for some reason. Like this color magenta where it's kind of muted. So I had to do some finagling, but I got it to look pretty much almost exact to the original. And for the important date section, I'm just using a past important date section calendar that I put together because literally the colors match perfectly. I didn't even want to like create a new one because this one was just so perfect. I already had it in mind. So yeah, this is the final spread. I just lettered September on there, by the way, on my iPad post editing. And yeah, I just printed it out, put it in my bullet journal. I'll have these in my shop if you guys are interested in purchasing any one of these. I also have them as prints without like the month or the calendar on there. So yeah, now I'm gonna get to planning my pages for the month of September, my like planning pages. And for this one, I'm trying to make it a little more like scrapbooky, so I'm adding some textures in there. I'm adding some like paper that I got from Softly Studio a while back, and I'm just now getting to use them. That's where like the pink paper is from. And then on stream a couple weeks ago, I did this little house painting on a Pantone swatch, and I thought it'd be perfect for a page in my journal. I think I'm gonna start like all of the Pantone swatches that I've been doing. I think I'm gonna start making them prints. Obviously, I have a couple in my shop already, but I'm gonna list all of them probably this coming week. And I really want to just start putting them in my bullet journal like this as little like inspiration kind of pictures on the side. I think they go really well with the journal, and it would be kind of fun having a piece of artwork on each page. So I also did that for my things to accomplish page. I filmed this whole thing, but apparently my camera decided to shut off randomly and I lost the footage of me putting this together. But this was like my goals page kind of thing. And then the last page is just one more weekly spread that I wanted to do. I don't have many like planning pages anymore that I actually use. I mostly just use the like daily kind of like planning pages. So I'm gonna do one more of these, and for this one I'm using my Posca paint pen markers, and I'm using like just really bright, vibrant colors to make these little buildings. I thought it was just gonna look really cute. And I'm just going for the third grader building look. Like, I'm not putting too much detail into it. I think it looks cute when they're kind of like not trying to be like perfect. Like, I'm not trying to make them look perfect or anything, but they still look cute. And then I'm going to take out my typewriter stamps and I'm going to do the days of the week. I think it just looks like really cute using these typewriter stamps. It makes it look a little more like vintagey, and that's kind of what I'm trying to go for with like the vintage post office stamp kind of feel. I kind of want to do more vintage inspired spreads. I've seen so many of them and they all look so amazing. I just feel like I need to go to like my local antique store, and usually they have like boxes and boxes full of like old photos, old newspapers, like all these old documents that I feel like would be perfect to repurpose them and put them like in my journal, kind of as a more like scrapbook feel. I feel like that was definitely what was missing in these spreads, but I totally am gonna probably go down to the antique store this week and browse around for stuff like that. But yeah, now I'm just adding a couple more little details. I'm just adding in some of my stickers that are like little leaves to finish it off, and this is the final spread. And that is my final setup for September. I can't believe it's already September. This year has gone by so quickly. One of my biggest goals for 2020, which I've now achieved, is making my own website, and Squarespace made it super easy for me to do that. They offer so many tools to build your own website super effortlessly, like all of their different curated layouts that they already have pre-done. This one allowed me to make my gallery wall and my customer photos. They have a ton more, which just makes it so easy to kind of create your own customized website. If you guys have been looking to build your own website, I would go to squarespace.com/JennyJournals for a free trial and 10% off your first purchase. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this kind of vintage post office inspired theme for my bullet journal, and I hope to see you guys in some of the next videos. I have a couple planned that are coming up, so yeah, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you in the next one.